Decarboxylation. What is the reagent, children? Sodamide. What is sodamide? Mixture of NaOH and CaO. This is sodamide. And if you add that, carbon dioxide will be removed. Decarboxylation means what? Removal of carbon dioxide. So how the carbon dioxide is removed? In the form of Na2CO3. In the form of Na2CO3, carbon dioxide is released. Then the H will attach to this. You will get methane. Okay. So what is important point here? In this method, alkanes are formed with one carbon atom less than the parent carboxylic acid. Okay. Alkanes are formed with one carbon atom less than. Suppose I have taken ethyl sodium acetate, means C2H5Ca. Then what is the product formed? Sodium ethoxide. Here sodium propoxide if you take. Then what is the product formed? Tell. You will get ethane, children. Are you understanding? Here sodium ethoxide I have taken. Ethoxide means 2 carbon acid. I got 1 carbon alkane. Here I have taken 3 carbon acid. Sodium propanoate. Then what is the product form? Ethane. 1 carbon less, no? If I take sodium butanoate, then what I will get? Same. C3H7COONA. This is sodium butanoate. Then what is the product you will get? Propane, children, right? So 1 carbon will be less. Understand? This is decarboxylation reaction. Right? Next, if I take two things like 2 moles of sodium ethoxide, and if I do electrolysis, then also we can get alkanes. But small difference is there. So next one is Kolb's electrolysis. Next method is Kolb's electrolysis. Or Kolbe electrolysis. So here you will take 2 moles of sodium acetate, okay, plus electrolysis means you will add water, electrolysis, then you will get ethane plus carbon dioxide plus NaOH plus H2. Here the important point is cathode what products are formed and anode what products are formed. These two are formed at anode and these two are formed at cathode. Right? So how to remember this? First alphabetical A will come. So like that you can add, and the mechanism is so similar. Just I am taking 2 molecules of this to remember. Easy way. Hydrolysis, electrolysis means you add water, children. So you cut like this. Methane, CO2, NaOH and H2. That's it. This and this will form methane. CO2 will form 2CO2. And NaOH from the water, it forms 2 NaOH. H and H will form H2. So first A will come now. These two are obtained at anode and these two are obtained at cathode. Right. So this is called Kolb's electrolysis. So from acids we prepare in 2 methods. One is decarboxylation and the other one is Kolb's electrolysis. Fine. I will revise once it is done so that you can remember. Right, children? Now, can you tell the products if I have taken CH3, CH2, COONA? 2 moles of sodium propanoate is taken. and I did Kolbe electrolysis, then what are the products formed? Yes? Who will say? Sodium propanoate I have taken, and what products can be formed? Just think. I told the mechanism also. Mechanism is shortcut to remember. Yes? No idea? That is what? Butane, C4H10, correct? Plus 2CO2, this is common children. Plus 2NaOH, this is common. Plus 1 hydrogen. These are all things are common. But butane will come. So one time they have given, this is also previous NEET question. So they have given sodium acetate and A and B. What are the products formed? See, this is your sodium acetate and they have given two ways. One is decarboxylation, children. One is decarboxylation. A is formed. After that, coal base electrolysis. B is formed. What are A and B? Yes. This one is given. NaOH and CaO. A is formed. And coal B is formed. What is A and B? A is methane, B is ethane. That's all. Right? But both are from the same thing. Sodium alpha oxide. So A is methane, B is ethane. Easy. So these are the two methods from acids, children. Okay now? So till now how many methods we have seen? First is from alkenes and alkynes. Next from alkyl halides, 4 methods. Alkyl halides, 4 methods. Next OMC, organometallic compounds we have seen, like RMGX and RLI. And this is from acids. Now fifth and very important thing is Kolbe's, what is that? From carbonyl compounds. 2 more named reactions you will get. That is Clemmensen reduction and Wolff-Kishner reduction. Very, very important. Right? So from acids, 2 methods we have seen. Now we will go with carbonyl compounds. How can you prepare alkanes from carbonyl compounds? From carbonyl compounds. Again 2 are there. From acids also you can prepare 2 ways. And from carbonyl compounds also you can prepare 2 ways. What are those? Clemmensen reduction and Wolff-Kishner reduction. Clemmensen and Wolff-Kishner. Here, what will happen? Carbonyl compound will convert into methylene group. This is very important. Carbonyl compound is converted to methylene group, not methyl. Methyl means CH3. Methylene means CH2. Okay. Now I will take an aldehyde. CH3C double bond OH. Aldehyde this is. Or I can take ketone. Carbonyl compounds means that only no. Aldehyde or ketone, right? And what is the reagent for this? Zinc amalgam and concentrated HCl is the reagent for Clemmensen reduction, acid medium reduction. So you will get ethane. Here also we cannot prepare methane, children. So here you will get propane. Here you will get propane. So do means same reagent. Do means same reagent, ditto. Right. Now Wolff-Kishner reduction means basic medium reduction. No? So this is acidic medium reduction, like this you remember, acidic medium. And Wolff-Kishner means basic medium reduction. Okay. So this is also same way, but I am taking just examples, that's it. Examples I am taking different. You can take the same things, you will get the same products. So here what is the reagent? Hydrazine in the presence of base. Okay, hydrazine in the presence of base, and even glycol also they will use as a solvent. Ethylene glycol. Okay, this is solvent, children. This is solvent. In some books they won't give this, so this you will get cyclohexane. Okay, so these are the two reactions. Clemmensen reduction is acidic medium reduction, and Wolff-Kishner reduction is WOLF. Wolff-Kishner reduction is basic medium reduction. Both are used to convert double bond O to CH2 only. Okay. Okay. Now very important note is there. What is that note? Whenever acid sensitive groups are present, then we should not use Clemmensen reduction. That is very important. Whenever acid sensitive groups are present in the reactant, are present in the substrate, then Clemmensen is not preferred. Clemmensen is not preferred. Clemmensen reduction we should not use. Then what is preferred? Wolff-Kishner reduction is preferred. So we get doubt. Both are from carbonyl compound to alkanes only, no. But why you require one acidic medium, one basic medium? Both will do the same thing. This reagent you add here, that will do that. Then why there are two reagents? What is the use? Whenever acid sensitive groups are present, then Clemmensen is not used. Then what is preferred, children? Wolff-Kishner is preferred. That I will tell you example. Very important. Very, very important in alkanes. Whenever acid sensitive groups are present in the substrate, we cannot use this method. Which method? Clemmensen. Same way, whenever base sensitive groups are there, then Wolff-Kishner is not used. Same point, whenever base sensitive groups are present in the substrate, then we can't use. I will give you some examples to remember that. What are meant by acid sensitive groups and what are base sensitive groups. Okay, now see, this is very important reaction. Suppose they have given like this carbonyl compound along with base. Okay, so this is an acid sensitive group, children. Now here which reduction is used? What is the reagent used? Tell me. To convert this. Yes. Means this group should not be affected. This is called acid sensitive groups. Acid sensitive group. Means in the product also I want the desired one. Then can we use here Clemmensen reduction? Here if you use Clemmensen reduction, what happens? I want this to this, means what is the best reagent? Okay. In this we should not use Clemmensen. Clemmensen not used. Okay. Why? Because this group will be converted. So here we have to use Wolff-Kishner reduction. What is the reagent, children? Wolff-Kishner only. So that is Wolff-Kishner. Hydrazine in the presence of base. Hydrazine in the presence of base. Why? What happens if you use Clemmensen reduction for this? Sodium amalgam. What is meant by amalgam? Any metal with mercury, we call it as amalgam. Sodium amalgam in concentrate HCl if you use, then this OH also will, this OH group also will reduce to CHN. So this is the case. We could not use Clemmensen reduction. Very important, this one. Okay, means our OH group should not get disturbed, means we have to use basic medium reduction. Can everyone see this? So what are the two important points in the reduction of carbonyl compound? Children, third bench. What are the two important notes in carbonyl compounds reduction? Yes, and whenever base sensitive groups are present, yes, that's it. Good, very good. So whenever base sensitive groups are present, Clemmensen reduction is preferred. Whenever acid sensitive groups are present, Wolff-Kishner it is. Why? Because Clemmensen you are using acid now. So that is why acid sensitive groups won't work here. Wolff-Kishner you are adding basic medium now. So base sensitive will not work. Shall I give one more example? This one is very important, understood? Now, one more use. Like a double bond will be there. Alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound like this. The ketones and this one. Double bond is also an acid sensitive group. Now, I have taken one Clemmensen reduction, children. Sodium amalgam in concentrated HCl. You can use, but the product will be different. That's all. Why can't we use? Don't use, or if you use, what happens? Reaction won't happen, or what happens? Reaction will take place, but the desired product you won't get. Whatever you expected, that product won't form. Desired product won't form. Yes, tell me A and B. Here, what happens in A and what happens in B? So double bond is also what group, children? Acid sensitive group. Okay. So Wolff-Kishner means what you will get? The double bond won't get reduced. Only this double bond O becomes CH2, children. Double bond O becomes CH2 carbonyl group. This will become CH2 and this is unaffected in Wolff-Kishner. But if you do this, then this also will come and this also will come. Means both are affected. Understanding? First position. First, before the you are having doubt. This one what is it? Sodium amalgam concentrated HCl is a acid sensitive group, ma. HCl will come. H and Cl will come. So that is why you should not prefer this. If you add this one, Wolff-Kishner reduction, then this bond is unaffected. And you will get that. Fine? So Wolff-Kishner reduction is not affected by some reagents. 3-4 reagents are there, I will tell you. Wolff-Kishner reduction or Wolff-Kishner reagent will not affect what? Acid group, COOH group, or it will not affect unsaturated bond. Unsaturated bond also won't affect. Unsaturated bond and even benzene ring. Those two are enough. Unsaturated bond means COOH group means what? Like this, suppose I have given double bond O and COOH. And if I do Wolff-Kishner reduction, hydrazine, then what is the product you will get? Hydrazine in the presence of base. This is Wolff-Kishner reduction. So we will get You may get doubt. Base means it will take proton, no sir. Acid base kada, right? So this will take proton, but after water it will give back the proton. First it will take sodium, and if you add in water hydrolysis, again that acid will come. So higher alkyl compounds also like camphor. You know what is meant by camphor? Camphor, do you know? Camphor is a compound like this you can have, or like this. They will add like both are correct only. Previous thing also correct. So camphor to camphene you can prepare. Means even bicyclic compounds also can be done with what? Wolff-Kishner reduction. Camphor, this is camphor to camphene also can be formed by Wolff-Kishner reduction. Camphene or camphene. That's it, children. Preparations. Okay. Now we will see physical and chemical properties. Already chemical properties we discussed. What are those? Free radical substitution reactions. 3 are there. First one, halogenation, that is fluorination. Next, nitration, sulfonation. These things we discussed in free radical reaction, right? Now no need to discuss more. After that, some physical properties are also, they are concentrating on some physical properties that we will see. Okay, children. Today we have done with preparation.